Welcome to a journey into yoga, Yoga Flow. I'm Susan Rubenstein, and I'm excited to have you join me today. So the beauty of Yoga Flow is movement. It's allowing ourselves to be a little bit more expressive in our yoga practice. It gets rid of stiffness. It gets rid of those aches in our bodies. It gets us to take some time to focus on breath work and connecting the body, the mind, and the breath together and creating that beautiful union that we find in our yoga practice. So just discuss of how our journey is going to be today. We are going to start seated. From there, we will progress. We will do some seated moves. We will come to table. We will start to work our way up through downward facing dog to more of a standing flow practice. And then we're going to start to weave our way back down onto the mat and onto our spine. So as far as yoga, I want you to first just make sure that you're in a nice quiet space, right? Turn off your cell phone. Just, maybe put on some soft music in the background. So if there's noise in the space that you're in or around you, it won't distract you too much. Try to just, let there be a time out for you right now. Practicing on your mat, maybe practicing in a soft space where there's something underneath you, a carpet or spongy flooring, or use two mats, use blankets, whatever is going to work for you to make your practice successful. But the key in yoga is to listen to your body. I don't want you to feel rushed today. I don't want you to feel like you have to do every single thing that we do in class today. Maybe you need to rest at times in child's pose, or maybe you need to stand in mountain for a few moments and focus on some deep 3-part belly breath work. This practice is for you. And so I'm just here as your guide. We are taking our journey together, right? So it's a partnership. I'm here just to give you the tools so that you can take better care of yourself on your self-care journey. So we're going to start. Maybe seated on a pillow, cross the ankles, feel the rib cage knit together, but below the rib cage, I want you to take some deep, deep breaths. So take one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your heart. Maybe just slightly close the eyes or fully close the eyes, whatever is most comfortable for you. I want you to feel the breath come in through your nose and your belly expand as if you were blowing into a balloon. And then as the breath leaves out of your nasal passageway, or maybe even your mouth, I want you to feel the belly recede. And just feel that flow of moving the breath as you inhale out and moving the breath in as you exhale. Maybe you like to breathe in through your mouth and out through your nose. Maybe you like to slowly breathe in through your nose and then into a sound out of your mouth. So there is no right or wrong today. It's just finding an ease with yourself, letting the flow of your breath begin to set the foundation of your practice. So as we start to let our eyes just softly open, let's take the arms up on an inhale. I want you to wrap those arms across your chest, reaching for the shoulders, and then just move side to side, giving yourself a big hug, right? Just take a moment to appreciate who you are from the inside out. Let's take those arms and bring them all the way up to the sky. We're going to exhale and bend the elbows into what we call cactus to initiate back body. And then inhale, reach up. Taking a slow fold, we walk those fingertips out to our side in potted palm, chin slightly in towards the chest. Inhale to come back up. Exhale into our cactus. We're going to do that a few more times. So we reach up. Exhaling over and slowly down. Inhale to climb up. Exhale. Again, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Now on this last one, take a deep breath and then cascade your hands forward, right? Let's take that potted palm. Let's start to open one side on an inhale. And then exhale, lower the fingers down. So let's keep the integrity of the spine, keep the length of the spine as we're leaning forward. And then continue that. Rotate the rib cage. Extend the hand. Good. The beauty of flow is just the beauty of movement. Let's do a few more. And then again. Good. Now walk your hands up onto your knees and start to make some slow circles going in both directions. So using the stem of the spine, moving freely in the pelvis, or we call the pelvic bowl. So if you're new to yoga, maybe you just want to watch for a few moments. Maybe you want to try a couple different poses and just see how your body feels doing it. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Good. Now let's take those arms up. We're going to take the hands now behind us. Take the feet out in front and windshield wiper those knees back and forth. And then bringing your feet together, we're going to do butterfly. So just softly holding maybe the arches of your feet or your shin bones and gently butterfly your knees up and down. This can feel really good in opening up the hips, the inner thighs, what we call the adductors. So let's drop those knees out. We're nice and tall. And then let your elbows spill against the inside of the legs. Notice I'm lengthening, and then I'm going to bring my chin slightly in. Good. Take a nice deep breath here, and then exhale, come up. Let's reach the arms up. Good. And then release. Now let's take the legs out to a V. So now they're nice and open. So maybe you're still up on your pillow. Let's drape one hand towards the foot and then stretch the other arm overhead. Come up. And then let's wrap ourselves across to the outside of the leg and reach behind with the arm. Good. And then come back up. Let's take the other side. Stretch over. And then come up. Sweep around, reach, and gently take that twist. Good. Let's do that one more time on each side. So let's take a nice slight bend. We can always bend our knees as we do this. Coming up. Notice my feet stay flexed. I reach across and then up. One more time. Over and then back up. Wrapping around, reach, and then come back through center. Good. Back to that windshield wiper again. Nice and easy. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's visit ourselves around into table. Take that journey. Now, spread your fingers. Maybe build your hands up by creating a little bit of a wedge for those wrists. Maybe doing the same thing with your mat. You can always fold it back a little bit. Gives you a little bit of support on those knees. Now, we do that seated pelvic bowl movement through the stem of the spine. I want you to take now the hips and really circle them around. Come up and then go the opposite way. Let your elbows bend as well. Just keep going back and forth. Let's do 4 more. Last 3. 2 more. And 1 more time. Beautiful. Now, we're going to have ourselves on all fours. I want you to bring your knees a little bit closer together. To the outside of the right arm and right hand, I want you to step your right leg. Now, walk your hands forward. I want you to knead into the hips and then gently stretch back. Can you straighten that right leg a little bit more? Extend the arms and lift the toes. And then stretch in and come back. Maybe it'd be better for you to bring your foot more towards the middle of the mat. Maybe that's where you need to be. So we're just rocking back and forth. The arch of my foot is nice and flat. But if I wanted to stretch out my calves, maybe my feet have been in shoes all day, right? Maybe you want to stretch them out. Stretch those toes out. Good. Now hold. Now I want you to reach the arm up. Dive underneath the outside of the leg through the center. And then come up. And then extend and reach forward. Let's try that again. We rotate. We dive under. We come up. And then we stretch forward. Lengthen that spine. Let's do 2 more. Open up. And under. Open up. And then reach. Oh, mobility for that shoulder. Come up. Under. Come up and reach. Good. Now, walk both hands in. Take this leg back. Now, I'm going to have you bend the knee, circle that knee out to the side, bring it up and drop it down. So I'm doing some circles out, around, and down. 4 more. Can you find your breath work again? 3. Last 2. Good. 1 more time. And now slide the leg back, turn towards the knee that you're on, and reach. Roll out your wrists. Move your hands. Good. Your fingers. Good. And now a little bit of balance is always fun. Extend the arm, float the leg up. Soft gaze. So you don't have to look straight out to the wall because that closes off that cervical spine, that beautiful curve. So just a slight drop. Let your eyes relax. 4, 3, 2, hand down. Knee comes in. Let's take child's pose. Drop the elbows. Open the knees a little wider than the hips and then sink those hips back. That's it. Just keep sinking with each breath. Just finding space within the space of self. Being patient, being kind. Good. Start to come up. Now we'll take the other side. So we'll take that journey forward. Walk those hands forward, sink into the pelvis, and then slide back. Again, you can always move this leg. This is too much on the hip to have this leg to the outside of the arm. You can always move it to the inside. Now remember, you can tuck your toes as you're moving slowly. This feels good. Try not to get all caught up in those shoulders. A couple more. 1 more time. Good. Nice big stretch. That's it. Now come forward. I want you to reach the arm up. Dive it under. Come up. And then stretch out in front. So we want to rotate those ribs up. Dive under. Come up again. And then reach. Beautiful. Open up. Dive under. Up. And reach. We're going to do this 1 more time. And then reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. Keep extending. Now hand comes down. Extend the leg. Tuck the toes. Slide the arm up. And then finding balance. Stretching that hand out. Hand down, let's take the knee in, circle out, around. This always feels so good. Couple more. 1 more time. Now, as that knee comes down, let's walk the hands forward, drop down onto the elbows, right? So the forearms are 2 straight lines alongside one another. And now rock forward and back. Great way to stretch out your chest. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. So we're pretty active today. Sometimes in yoga, we're still. Sometimes we spend 3, 4, 5, even longer breaths in a pose. But today, we're just moving, right? We're feeling that flow. All right, let's take it now into one of my favorite poses, downward facing dog. So feel free to come up any other way you wish. So we'll have our hands in a 5-pointed star. So our arms are coming out to the outside of the shoulders, nice and wide. I'm going to tuck the toes. Now rock a few times here. So what I like to do is start to bring my chin towards the chest, look in between the knees, in between the feet. Take a few breaths in and out of the body. And then when you're ready, you transform your body into an inverted V. Remember, your head is now hanging down. So decide if that's a good pose for you. If not, just come into child's pose or table. We're going to pedal those feet. So walking the dog. We're reaching back into the hips, back into the thighs, breathing in, slowly breathing out. Good. Now relax the heels. Maybe move your head a little bit. And if you want to add a little bit of spunk to your practice, feet together, let's travel forward into plank. Pelvis and hips are neutral. You can always put your knees down and then into downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Coming forward and back. Couple more times, coming forward. Again, stacking shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, and come back. We're going to do that one more time, coming forward. Now, as you come back, we're going to reach the leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, flex your foot. You can do this down on your left knee. Now, bring that knee center, hug the knee up towards your belly. I know. We can always keep that left knee down. Good. Slide this leg back. Take the other leg up. Bend, open. Come through center, align those hips, scoop the knee up towards the chest. Set the toes down, find your downward facing dog. Now let's start to walk the feet up and the hands back. I want you to bend your knees slightly, reach for the opposite arm, and then just sway side to side here. Good. Let your arms dangle. Roll up slowly, so feel that front body connect to the back body. And we're going to come into our standing flow. All right, let's do some nice smooth circles here. So we're moving around in the hips, breathing in and slowly breathing out. So I'm going to have you walk those feet out nice and wide. From your breastbone, open the arms to a T, 2 straight lines out to your side. Let's turn one foot out, bend the knee, the back foot slightly turns in. So this front leg is in a lunge. We're in warrior 2. So let's settle into warrior 2. Feel the earth underneath your feet, both feet. You don't want to feel like you're going to just one side or the other. Can we straighten the bent knee, lift the arms up, and then draw the hands to the heart and come back into our warrior 2. Inhale again. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Couple more. You don't have to always look up. Maybe you want to look around in a different direction. One more. Beautiful. And then open. Now, let's reverse that. Let's take a deep breath in, straighten the leg, come down the back leg. As you exhale, come into warrior 2. Now, watch. Rest your forearm. Sweep this top arm up or over. Come back to warrior 2. Let's try that again. Straighten and reverse. Exhale, center. Shoulders over those hips. Fold over. Come back through center. 2 more times. Come up. Back through center. Come over. Back through center. 1 more time. Back through center. Beautiful. Let's just drop into this pose. Now, take this arm, bring it behind you, right? Open your shoulder. Take this arm that's resting on your thigh. I want you to reach forward. And then I want you to close your hand and pull. And just reach out. So your ribs, right, that are just hovering over the thigh, spiral up to the sky. Good. Let's do a couple more. It's always fun to be expressive in your practice. And then come all the way up. Turn the toes all the way in. We're going to take a wide forward fold all the way down. We're going to reach for ankles, maybe yoga toe lock. Elbows out to the side. And just let the head and neck come down. Maybe you need to build yourself up and keep your head above your heart. Now, hands to the waist. Scoop the heart forward. Start to come up. And now with those toes facing forward, let's just do a nice side lunge, side lean, up and then to the other side. Let your breath guide you. Again, maybe you're just breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth, or in through the mouth, out of the nose, whatever. Maybe you're just breathing with the nose breath. There's so many different and wonderful styles of breathing. What's resonating with you today? Good. Let's come through center. Let's turn the other foot out. Spin the toes in. Find your warrior 2. Drop the shoulders. Let's inhale, reach. Exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale. So when you're straightening the leg, you want to feel that thigh bone lift to the hip socket. Exhale. Good. Again. Couple more. One more time. Good. And open. Drop the shoulders. Now let's reverse. We straighten and look back. We come center. We drop over. We can reach up or overhead into that side angle and then come up. Again. And back through center. Over. And up. Again. And then center. Good. One more time. Coming back. Finding your center. Coming over. Now this time, drop the arm behind you. Open the front of the shoulders. Spiral the ribs. Reach out. And then draw in. Turn your head and neck wherever it feels most comfortable. Good. 4 more. 4. Good. 3 more. Last 2. 1 more time. And come up through center. This time as you turn those toes in slightly, reach behind you. So our hands are going to come up the back, either reach for the elbows or take prayer and bring it up against your spine so that your pinky fingers are touching your spine. And now let's find our way forward. Maybe just part of the way down. Maybe half the way down. Maybe we can keep the heart open, get a nice stretch through the collarbones, and lower the head. Again, breathing in and slowly breathing out. Start to come all the way up. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale. Reach the arms up and hands in. Step together. Good. All right, so now just a moment to practice balance, right? So we all need to feel active and alive and move, but sometimes we need to feel grounded and still. So bring your feet in mountain pose. So 1 or 2 fist distance apart. Your feet are 2 straight lines next to each other, just like your arms were. Hands come in. We're going to come into tree. So I want you to shift your weight to one side, but not pop the hip out. Can you just find your center line of gravity? Use the big toe mound. Now maybe you need to be near a wall or a solid surface. So we're going to bend one knee, open the door, take the foot to the inside of the leg. Now, this might be all you need for today, right? This might be perfect. Or maybe you need to slide that foot up. Below or above the knee. Can you soften the shoulders? And be expressive with your arms, right? Sometimes I like to do cactus. Close my hands and roll my wrists out. And bring that knee center. Good. Extend that leg out in front of you. Bring your arms out. Open. Come into bird wings. Maybe just pulse your leg up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come in. Shake those legs out. Shake the shoulders out, right? Patience. That's what we're looking for. Kindness towards ourselves. And a playful attitude in our practice is important. So let's get the other side. Deep breath. Letting it out. Good. All right. Finding our stance. Creating our tree. Vrksasana. Wherever that may be for you today. Knee comes center. Extend the leg. Reach and pulse up. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's just gently bring those knees up, stretching out the lower back. All right. Good. Let's just turn to one side now. Stand to the end of the mat. We're going to circle those arms up to the sky. Take a nice wide forward fold. Swan dive down. Now, inhale, come halfway up. You can even walk your hands to your thighs. Want you to pour back down. Now bend your knees, scoop forward as if you're lifting something precious from the earth. Come all the way up. Hands in. Let's do that twice more. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Carry the heart, then the head. And then melts. Bent knees or straight legs, remember. Scoop. Yoga teaches us so much about ourselves. Again, it's that union we're looking for. Exhale. Nice hip hinge. Inhale, heart. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, just find mountain, standing your ground. Let's take those arms up again. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to swan dive forward. Now, slide your left leg back. Take the knee down. You might need to fold your mat up onto the side, rolling it in. Now come up into that kneeling lunge. Now take a deep breath. Hands come together, and we're just going to twist now. Maybe hands stay touching. Maybe we open and separate. Good. And now come back through center. Take a deep breath. Now, drop one hand down this back leg and let your eyes, your head turn towards the shoulder. Good. Come back through center. Slide your hands down. Slide yourself into table. Stretch into extended child's pose. Good. Start to come up. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach up. Exhale now. A little bit of core strength to step this leg forward. So step it out in front of you. Sweep the arms forward and come up. Lift the floating ribs. Then hands come together. We come across into our twist. Maybe opening up the arms as the breath comes in and the breath goes out. Hands come together, reaching all the way up. Drop one hand behind, glancing over the shoulders. And then come all the way up. Hand comes down, step back, good. And resting now quietly in child's pose. Breathing into our back muscles, a sense of calm. So from here, you might want to just go and lie on your back. And maybe as we end our journey together, spend 2, 3, 5, 10 minutes, whatever amount of time you have resting in just a nice relaxation pose. So Shavasana is about just finding that stillness, a place where you can be quiet, maybe find a mantra, just finding patience. Or you can join me back to our seated posture. We'll all take one hand to our belly and one hand to our heart. And can we return to that beautiful feeling of our breath? So as our practice comes to an end today, I want you to remember this unique sound that your breath makes. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. And I want to leave you with that. I also want you to remember that taking care of yourself should not be a luxury. It should be part of the fibers of your self-care each and every day. So until next time, namaste to you all.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.